Okay, so continuing with the use of the software, with customer care reps and training such. So if a customer calls in and we need to find a service call, or if we're looking for an old service call or something, there's a few steps I want to go through with you there. So as I said, most everything we'll do is underneath this dispatching module, and we can go on down to the service manager screen. That's where most of our work will be done. So if we wanted to find a call that is already in the computer, an open call that a technician hasn't closed out, or something that we haven't gone to yet, a call that, so I sort of try to find a little bit of that too. So an open call is a call that we haven't been to, we haven't closed it out. We're working at it currently, or it's something we're going to be working at in the future. So if it's an open call and it's somewhere on this screen, even if it's doesn't show up on this screen because it may be limited by dates, but it might be on a future date, we can find these open calls by hitting. We can locate these open calls by hitting L for locate. Most program uses F for locate, but a couple spots use F for find. So we'll use L for locate. And we were trying to find a call over on. We'll look for my call over on Mishawaka Drive. And we can search by address, and you can see there's a few different people we work for. We work for a couple of my neighbors here too, it looks like. So open these up, and you can see this is one of my neighbors, obviously. So locate, and a little helpful tip here is that I typed in Mishawaka is the address. That's a longer word and a little tougher to spell, but if I wanted to put in that same word again, I could type it all out. Or a time-saving tip is, and you can, throughout the program, you can enter in the decimal point like I've done here, and you can press enter, and it will fill in that field with what it was in there previously. So it knows that I searched by Mishawaka before, and I wouldn't have to type in Mishawaka again. So it'll find all the open calls, and then, like I said earlier, you can hit O and open these calls up, and then look at them. So we'll go ahead and F3 from here, and now that's helpful to show you how we would find calls that were already open and still on the grid or on the dispatch screen. But sometimes there's a call that's been closed out, and a closed out call is when a technician has completed it. He'll close out a call. So what we would do is we'd hit N, and it says for new call. So this is also the same procedure you'll go for booking new calls. But we want to find a past call. And at this point, when we're searching for that call, up here in this incident screen, we could type out Mishawaka again and press enter. And you'll see here it lists out everybody that we've worked for on Mishawaka. So you can look through this here. There's a couple of options here too. So let me show you a little bit too about the numbering scheme here. You'll see in the very far left column it says site. Well, that's the job site number that the computer assigns. So in this particular example, you'll see this S represents the site or the job site. 9 is the year that we took the call, the very first time that we worked for this customer. 05 was the month, so this job site was created in 2009. In 05, the month May 8th, and it was the 7th new call or new customer that day. So 2009 May 8th, it was the 7th new call. The next line here is just a customer number. That's for billing purposes. As you see down here below, we've got some customers that we don't bill, so we don't have customer numbers assigned. Customer's name, their address in the city, and then you can also see the last call that we were out there. So, 2009, September 25th, it was the 40th call that we had taken that day. You'll also see, as you look through here, you'll see like for my particular address, this was a converted customer, so it's got a C1. This here's a C1. Those were data that we converted from an old software program that didn't have this information built into it. So as we go ahead here and go forward, I'm going to go ahead and show you. We could hit. So if we were to pull up we'll look at number 2. If we were to just hit 2, line 2, and then enter, it will pull up the last call that we were at that's been closed. And you can look at the call here. The information on this screen I'll cover real quickly too here is, the incident number, that's dispatch number. A lot of this information I'll cover when we're booking a call. So we'll go ahead and skip through this, but that's how you would find an a closed out call. So if I was to hit N for next, I want to show you another neat feature here too. And like I said earlier, you can put in the decimal point and then it will search by whatever you entered in there before. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's look at this here. So let's look at Marla Hurst. Number 2. If I didn't want to have to go into the last call, I could hit A. As you look down here, you can see A, and then I can put in 2 because she's line number 2, and press enter. And now I can see all the past work that we've done for Mrs. Hurst. It looks like we've only done three jobs there. I press enter to go down, and then the minus sign to go back up. So at this point, it shows me a quick history view, and then I could say, well, I wanted to look at job number 2. So I could hit 2 to open that up. And then as I also look at this, I say, well, I want to go view the invoice. She's got some questions about the work that we did. So I could hit F4, or I could click on view invoice up here. And then it takes me to the invoice, and I can see that the total work was done was $393.75. If I hit T for task, it would take me over and show you the work that I've done for her. One of the other nice things here is I could hit V for view, and it should pull up. I'm not connected. I'm not at the office right now, so we'll see if this pulls up right away. It will pull up the actual paper copy that the technician turned in. Yeah, I have some of this data on my computer, and you can actually see the work that we did there at her house when the technician went out, the handwritten copy that was there. And I can go ahead and this is in Adobe, so it's all Windows based. I can page down and I can look and see the labor and parts that he used in the back. Here's his proposal sheet, so you can see that he quoted out clearing the kitchen sink drain and plus the trip fee. So you get to see the fronts and the backs of the paperwork that you turn in. We'll go ahead and close this out. All right, and then that's how you would view the work that was done. I'm going to go ahead and F3 from here, and that's how we go about finding a customer and or locating them. So just a quick recap: if it's an open call, you would hit L for locate, and you would find the calls that were open. If it was a call that was closed out, you can always hit N for new to make a next call, and then you would search for that call. Pretty simple and straightforward. That's how we'd get through these screens. Find a call, and then we can carry on the conversation with the customer about past work we've done or what we're going to do there. Another quick note here too that will frequently happen when a customer is calling that we've already talked to. Go ahead and find one of these calls here. So every time that a customer calls us and we talk to them, we always want to put a call note. So I pressed F9, and then it says call notes, property notes, or collection notes. At that point, whenever we talk to a customer, we want to put call notes in to the computer, and it would take us to the call notes screen. And down here at the options below, you would see N for next, or A to add a new update, C to enter complaints, append this note would be a P, or send it to the printer if you wanted. So this is where we would hit A to add another note, and we just put in customer called to see if we are still on schedule. And I see there that I misspelled called, but these are quick notes that we want to just get in there for the customer, or another thing, a customer might call in, we want to put in some call notes, and we'll add one If no answer, please come on over. Customer will be working outside and may not hear phone ring. So, we always call the customer before we go over, but sometimes the customer may be outside raking leaves, mowing the lawn, and they'll say, hey, come on over, I'm going to be here the rest of the day. So you go ahead and put those call notes in so that the dispatcher will be well aware of what's going on. And then F11 to save the notes. So we got those call notes in there and took care of that customer that way. And that's the bulk of information related or surrounding booking a service, or not booking a service call, but searching for calls and what things might need to be done. So next we'll move on to how to book a service call for a repeat customer.